Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Man Green is Gaming. This is I, the Man Green. The Man Green is Gaming on YouTube, the Man Green Gaming on Facebook, bringing you everything Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood right now. Right now we're doing the Final Fantasy Tactics Final Fantasy XII crossover event, the raid part anyway. So, we're on the third section of it. We actually went to the Clockwork Lighthouse. Via that, Begamnon, the leader of the bandits, became overtaken by one of the Ultrasite crystals. We had to defeat him. Learned a little bit more about the history. Ramza got possessed by the spirit of the Elder Ramza for a little while, I'm assuming. So we're going to continue on and we're going to discover more about the Legend of Ivalice, Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. So here we go. We're going to talk to our traffic reporter here. The worried look of Lena Medworth's face suggests she bears grave tidings, or not, the path of most resistance. Greetings and salutations, Kazarak. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genovas has finally determined where in the world our next adventure will take us to. The good news is, yes. The bad news is, however, not while it is my nature to be a sensationalist. Sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you all is not right aboard the airship when I said something about Alma is deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone someone solely gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista? Away from inquisitive ears? Sure. Aboard the airship. Aboard the airship. Shall I prepare the shuttle for you, my lord? Yes. While we're doing that, I'll run to the restroom. The question is, then, what exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey next? Kazarak, to what we owe this unexpected visit. I have not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. I do like this outfit on him. I like it a lot. I apologize if we caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow a reporter in the mist and not expect her to report what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Medworth. Alma has of late been experiencing difficulties with her health. Kyrgyzstans have called upon to discern what exactly it is that ails her. But as far as I can tell, there is nothing physically wrong with my sister. The consensus is the rigors of the extended stay in a foreign land have taken a toll on her fragile heart. Kazarak, when did you... Piece painted. Alma! I'm fine, brother. It is obvious that you're not. You must return to your chambers and rest. Forgive me, perhaps we shall speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please look after my father. Now then, where were we? Oh yes, the matter of our next expedition. As we discovered during our most recent foray into the Easterlands, the Dalmascan capital Ravenastor appears to lie upon the ruins where we can only be the royal city of Linza. Ancient capital lost city of ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Ivalice. Shortly after, they stumbled across the remains of the legendary clockwork city of Bor, cleverly reproposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Ramadan cataract, something like that. Remnants of which now sit suspended above the fountainous chasms. Lisa, Gorg, what do they have in common, you asked? I shall tell you. They both appear in the ancestors' accounts of the rise of Ivalice, the Durai papers. And with each new discovery, the written chronicle is now proving Ivalice's legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There's no denying the proof, but it's just a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come for the same conclusions. But as you all are aware, my aim is to never be simply prove that the existence of Ivalice. No, I shall not rest until I reveal the truth of the young Ramses' role in King Dalida's ascension and cleared my ancestors Orin Durai of false accusations against them made by the church. What are we waiting for? Shouldn't we not see the Alma first? Yeah. Kugonia's curtains have us believe she is no immediate danger, as her illness is not one of the body but of the mind. To borrow their words, her spirit is in a state of unbalance and merely requires time to right itself. What a loving, caring father. Alma will be fine as long as she remains in bed. The last thing she needs any further examine, especially for the paws of the meddlesome mole bats. Maybe stuff about the Wiggles. Though I must admit, Monoblock and his brother have proven more useful than I ever dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am the first in the field, or at least the furriest in the field. What would you like to give my fur? Koopa? And you wonder why the ransom despises you, brother. They do all the work and you do all the jest. Koopa. Ah, but you are mistaken, Hurdy. I bear neither you or your brother any ill will. Any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you both my thanks for the recent contributions. Yes, something is odd. His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom-spewing adder that used to be... What happened to the venom-spewing adder that we all used to know and hate? Exactly. I'm almost certain to say he's pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this too convenient transformation. Something is indeed afoot. Simply showing the world that even this actually exists will not validate the claims chronicled in the Durai papers. You already said that. That is correct, Father. The key lies within realms of Beowulf. If we can find the evidence of his hidden role in the history, it would prove Orin's testimony true and safeguard our family name for ridicule. Which is why I turned the focus on the research from Delita's forgotten companion and his actions towards the Ward Lions. It is only then that I discovered something most intriguing. An underlying struggle within the unknown force. A force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. Really? Ultrasight, the twisted abominations we encountered both in Elise and Glory, the Elusive. They are born of these unholy crystals. These nobles of the north and south squabbled over the Elise's crown. Realms silently sought to rid the world of the darker evil. Evil manifests from the deepest desires of men and women whose minds have been fallen prey to the Ultrasight. And with each confrontation did Ramses' fellowship grow smaller. Countless companions lost a cause that would go unwritten, yet as far more important than any clash of armies. And so they endured until reaching their final destination, the Oberon Monastery. Oh, I know this one. The Oberon Monastery is where Princess Olville was raised. This is the scene. Here's the scene about in the Zodiac Brave story. After Delita emerges victorious in his final campaign, he marries the princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of Iblis. Ah, I see someone has been paying attention. Very good, you get a cookie? No. But I don't understand, why would Ramses crusade against the Levanche take him back there? According to the Derived Papers, the sinister being who endangered the Ultrasight would have to be slumbered beneath the monastery. But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful? Ultima, the High Seraph. Who? Oh, she's a summon from the 12. Seraph, what's a Seraph exactly? Seraphs are believed some to be servants of God, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of the moral master. As to whether or not Ultima can claim the title, however, I cannot say. Just as there would those who would choose to worship Ultima and her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the visitor and her deadly magics, often referred to her as the Angel of Blood in the carnage she left in her wake. Interesting. Well, if the spell Kazarak claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, consequently also called Ultima, is in fact an elegant interpretation of the very maxim introduced to the Heidelin by the High Seraph, that would mean... What would it mean? What would that mean? I have spoken with several colleagues back in SHAREfactory regarding their options of the ancient incarnation, and while they have yet to little to show for their research, they all agree one thing: the manner in which Ultima theoretically manifests should not be possible, at least on Heidelin. So it would be naturally make sense if we discovered the Algans learned the spell from being not only from a dimensional plane. It has to exactly how they convince the being to impart their knowledge onto them. Not of this plane? What a matter of creature are we talking about here? Like one similar to Omega. I'm Sid Garmon and I just arrived. How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough. I'm here to deliver the item Makoto requested. Sir, there is no need for you to deliver it personally. A mogul would have sufficed. A mogul? And trust him, he wouldn't tear it open the package and show it to some random adventurer? No, this is far too important. They're standing right there! If the two of you don't mind, the principal was about to tell us how to find the Oberon Monastery. But that I could. You don't know? Then what have we been doing here? Focus, man! At ease, Lady Meredith. The Derived Papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Xantharich, several leagues southwest of Red Monastery. Supposedly lies the monastery. Satirish is not the name you would only find in modern Damascus map. Rivers, however, especially one as large as the Satirish, established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by the sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Gormor and Nexon's border. And for the invaluable information we owe her thanks to our brother Mughals. Their travels made it variable authorities of Damascus geography. Wait, but earlier you claimed you didn't know the Ministry's whereabouts. I'm confused. As location is not what concerns me, perhaps the Mughals themselves should explain. Well, certainly. The Varanid Valley of Vines and Vipers, where we must voyage next, is home of the Vera, and there lies in our little problem. The one thing the Vera does not suffer is trespassers. Not even low moguls. Cooper. Our glamorous keeper, hidden long enough to see the jungle, was teeming with ruins much like those we discovered in Laceline Gorge. But the Vera trackers eventually found us and took us before the elders. We barely escaped with our palms. Kupo. That is why we're still here talking instead of bound for the border. These are the Vera who spun the strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in the cities of Damascus, finding and recruiting one to our cause might prove us with insight on how to reach the Oberon Ministry ruins. Fortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish this task. We still require more time. More time you shall have. Before boarding shuttle, I was stopped by Banga on the docks. He asked me if I knew a Kazarok Idako and bid that I deliver him a message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me onto the Prima Vista so that he might deliver the message himself, but the man refused. Alright, I'll go talk to him. Makoto, I saw the device crafted to exact specifications, but I cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing how I had nearly a subject to test on. Of course, Master said, if there's any trouble to met, most likely it is my design that is to blame. Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. I said good day. I do like that outfit. I know I've changed his outfit quite a bit, but I think I'm going to stick with that outfit the rest of the day. Speak with Makoto. Where is Makoto? Dragon behind me. Okay. I sense that you're interested in the package Sid delivered. I have every intention to appraise you of its contents, but first I believe we must speak of Alma's condition. Do you not find her illness all too timely? Do you know Miss Ramses would like to believe that her doubts of Virgo have been not the result of mind fatigue, but the answer is clear. The outer sight that plagues her. It is the outer sight that plagues her. Alter sight. Alma recently confided in me that she would wear her father speaking with the altars. Well before his even first foray into rapture. However, I did not think this is entirely true. Which is not to imply that Alma's trying to deceive us. Rather, I think she saw something that led her to believe her father was conversing with the altar side. Moreover, I suspect that the altar side itself has granted us to her vision. You recall my hypothesis that the distance frequency NRR type harmonic vibrations and their tendency to promote ethereal amplification, or when I mentioned that Despite being in the principal's possession of the extended period, the Ultras exhibited none other than imprinting presence in the Doma? No. The Ultras has never resonated with the Novus. It's always been with his wife's pendant and his Ultrasite shard, the Vertigo. That fueled his passion for Evilise. Now, the Ultras is bound to Alma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reason I can fathom that Alma has not fallen victim to the Ultrasite's grasp is her desires are not as strong as those we have witnessed in the Ograth and Begamin. That and an ethereal influence caused by other nearby shards. I have explained all this to Alma and recommended that she destroy the necklace, yet not only did she refuse, she begged me to keep this revelation from her father. So I did the one thing I could. I devised a means in which I might impede or at least lessen the effects of the Ultras. This device, while still incomplete, will amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Vertigo. It should work to interfere those emitted by the Ultras, thereby shielding Alma from the blunt of the effect. The city below is above with the word of a Gammon brigade loitering about the airship landing. Do you think it could be someone we know, Kubo? Well, let's go find out. Return to Kugane. Boggy. Apologies, Kazrak, but I need to speak to you, and you alone. Oh, I don't mind, Kupo. I just been floating over here in perfect earshot. Why you? What makes you think I won't lay leave low right here, right now? Because we're here to offer you a proposition. That's what we need information about the Gomorrah jungle, and though a man as well as troubled as you might be persuaded to provide some. Gomorrah. You of all creatures should know that the Viera land, that is Viera land. What are you offering then? Why, the opportunity to tell us what you know. Journalist believes our next adventure lies within the jungle canopy, Kupo. Should expect as much. Very well, Kazarek. I came to ask you if you would meet someone. Now it seems that somebody might be able to assist your Novus as well, seeing as you and the principal do right by us before. I see not a reason why I cannot take both of you. Where are we going? Well, let me know when you're ready to depart for Rabanasser. We will travel in our airship. The Primal Vista will draw too much unwanted attention. Alright. Back to your life of debauchery in the clouds, are we? Bigotry. Sorry. Of course not. Not that I don't come across our minds, but we are faced with a decision on what to do next. We need simply to remind the dying words of our leader. Gunuk, Runuk, and I decided to enlist the Damascan accusers. And occupied Garlandians has actually said yes, huh? Not exactly. Now we're with the resistance. No doubt you heard the uprising in Damascus followed by the Doman liberation. Now it was crushed under the iron heel of the 4th Legion. The resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed. Yet, much of the Empire's charlatans, the Christmas display only served to further the rally of the survivors. Remove one head, 2 will grow back in its place. Remove 2, and then there'll be 4. A person can die, but the idea will live on. Now there exit several fractions through Damascus. We belong to one known as Lynn's Tears. And when we told you our commanding officer was of our recent crossing with you and yours, he simply insisted that we induce you. Block me, but I wasn't even supposed to be here, Kupo. Not you, Hairball. Him. Meet with the general and hear her proposal, Rock. If you're not interested, we shall return you to Kugani unharmed. You have our... Girl got stung? Crab nest are dead ahead, lads. I have a funny feeling I know who this is. This way. There are many mountains to cover before nightfall. Yep. That's who I thought it was. Be Fran from Final Fantasy 12. I've done as you ask. I bring you the Liberator. And here I thought you'd be taller. I mean, I am pretty tall. I knew it! Avira! I am Fran, proud daughter of Damascus and later General Lynn's Tears. And yes, I'm Avira. Are you surprised? Why yes, in fact I am. Her kind are supposed to be living among the trees, having shunned contact with the outside world, Kupo. Now, there are supposedly a few that's left at their homes, but I certainly did not expect one here in the sewer. Indeed. The Balgi claims you seek Oberon. Does he speak true? The ruins lie deep within the Gormora jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Balgi tells me you travel with Garleans, openly aiding those who would seek our nation's burn. How can we place your trust in one who would do such? Your Novus and his family affected long ago. They are not your enemy. My blade is tasted the blood to me, Garleans. A Garlean is a Garlean. They are pathetic to absolution only proves their past guilt. You misunderstand. Kind Genovus does not approve of the Emperor's warmongering. He wants to help Damascus and impoverish masses. Kupo. Why would a Mughal know about my people? What would a Mughal know about my people? Does your blood run Damascus red? We could cut you open and find out. General, there's no need for threats. You're right, Bobby. Let us then parley. Parley. First, the resistance requires men and women of Doma and the Eorzean Alliance to join us in ridding Damascus of its Imperial invaders. Your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They will listen to you. If not, they will listen to the Scions, which you claim allegiance. Second, the resistance requires gold. Gold to strengthen our forces from within. Our allies are in bed with East Alderan Trading Company, which continues with dealings with Garamond even if you raise your sword against them, profiteering from the Empire's rampage aggression. As targets of aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of those profits. Grant me these simple things, and I shall personally guide you safely to the ruins of Oberon. And what of the textiles? See me to victory, and I will take the Emperor himself. Those are my conditions. What say you? I will deliver the quest to the Scions, but can promise no more. Promise me first my companions will see no harm. Tell them my demands. Now that you know the fate of our expedition, your expedition hangs on how well you do so. Alright, jeez. I'd say we have our work cut out for us, Kupo. Bobby, you and your futurers are to accompany the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how many demands are received. Yes, General. I expect him to take it seriously. You are a fool to rush them, Princess. Ooh, she's still alive? That would be cool. Maybe we'll find out. Be a lot cooler if you did. Alright, we talked to Monoblock. We'll finish up this quest line here. What an adventure, Kupo. Just think, by tomorrow we could all be the newest members of the Damascus resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place in the Prima Vista just yet. And then with that, our quest is complete. Till then, folks. We will continue on next time with Welcome to their Jungle. Till then, may you always walk in the light of the crystal, and I'll see you online. Have a good night. Rest well.